From young prodigy to burned out pro to $1 million comeback, Mongraal's career has been a roller coaster. Today we're looking at the highs, lows, and just how good he really was in his prime. Mongraal's journey to the 2019 Fortnite World Cup was nothing short of insane. Got signed as 13 years old from Team Secret, and at just 14 years old, he managed to qualify for both solos and duos for the World Cup. That put him in the spotlight as one of the youngest competitors in the tournament. This wasn't just luck. Mongraal had been grinding Fortnite since January 2018, quickly making a name for himself with his aggressive playstyle and insane building skills. Going into the World Cup, the pressure was on. Mongraal wasn't just there to participate, he was there to win. In the solos event, he ended up placing 13th, which was impressive but not quite the victory he was hoping for. But Mongraal wasn't done yet. In the duos event, he and his partner stepped it up, landing a solid 6th place finish. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what did he actually get out of this? Well, let me tell you. Mongraal walked away from the World Cup with an incredible $375,000 in prize money. For a 14-year-old kid, that's life-changing money. But it wasn't just about the cash. This performance catapulted Mongraal into the upper class of Fortnite pros. At this point, Mongraal was no longer just another talented player. He was a World Cup finalist, a proven competitor who could hold his own against the best of the best. The Fortnite community took notice, and his fan base exploded. Streams were pulling in more viewers, his social media following skyrocketed, and everyone wanted to know, what would Mongraal do next? The World Cup wasn't just a tournament for Mongraal, it was a turning point. It proved that his skills weren't just hype, and it set the stage for what would become one of the most dominant runs in competitive Fortnite history. But that's a story for another section. What's clear is that the 2019 World Cup marked the moment when Mongraal went from being a promising young player to an excellent Fortnite superstar. As we look back at Mongraal's World Cup performance, it's hard not to be impressed. He didn't just compete, he excelled. And in doing so, he inspired a whole generation of young Fortnite players. The question wasn't if Mongraal was good anymore, the question was just how good could he become? But Mongraal's World Cup success didn't come out of nowhere. His journey to the top started long before he ever dropped from the battle bus. At just 8 or 9 years old, Mongraal was already grinding like nobody else in his age group. He played a lot of Halo, Call of Duty, and even Counter-Strike, building a foundation that would serve him well in the future. As Battle Royale games take over, Mongraal jumped into H1Z1 and PUBG, developing his aggressive playstyle. Then in January 2018, he discovered Fortnite. The game's unique building mechanics captivated him, and he quickly rose to the top. His skills caught the eye of Team Secret, who signed him at just 13 years old, like I mentioned in the intro. We had no idea the level of communication they had in the game was at such a professional level. Team Secret said about Mongraal, this was just the beginning of his meteoric rise in the Fortnite scene. After his impressive World Cup performance, Mongraal wasn't ready to rest. Instead, he set his sights on even greater heights in the competitive Fortnite scene. What followed was a period of dominance that would cement his status as one of the game's all-time greats. Mongraal's path to the top began with a crucial decision, forming a trio with Mitro and Benjifish. This partnership would prove to be a game-changer, as the three players quickly established themselves as a force to be reckoned with. Their synergy was undeniable, and they wasted no time in making their mark on the competitive landscape. The trio's success was immediate and overwhelming. They dominated the FNCS qualifiers, winning multiple weeks and consistently placing at the top of the leaderboards. The performances were so impressive that they quickly became the team to beat in every tournament they entered. But it wasn't until Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 4 that Mongraal and his teammates truly reached their peak. The FNCS Trios Championship was the ultimate test of their skills, and they rose to the challenge in spectacular fashion. Despite facing fierce competition and overcoming significant obstacles, Mongraal's trio managed to secure the championship title. Their journey to victory wasn't without its challenges. The grand finals proved to be a grueling test of skill and endurance. At times, it seemed like the championship might slip through their fingers, but Mongraal and his teammates dug deep. Relying on their mechanics and strategic gameplay to pull through, when it mattered most. What set Mongraal apart during his dominant era was his aggressive playstyle and unparalleled mechanics. He was a master of taking boxes from other players. He consistently outperformed other top players, making split-second decisions that often meant the difference between victory and defeat. His ability to thrive under pressure and make clutch plays became legendary within the Fortnite community. Also, his rages on stream. The impact of Mongraal's performances during this period can't be overstated. As one source put it, Mongraal, Mitro, and Benji Fish, winning multiple weeks of the FNCS qualifiers. Their dominance was so complete that they were often considered the favorites going into any tournament they entered. Mongraal's skills didn't go unnoticed by his peers either. When he teamed up with another top player, Tayson, for a brief period, they managed to secure yet another FNCS win. This flexibility and ability to succeed with different teammates further highlighted Mongraal's individual brilliance. One of the keys to Mongraal's success during Chapter 2, Season 4 was his adaptability. He wasn't afraid to make bold strategic decisions, such as changing drop spots mid-tournament to secure crucial victories. This willingness to take calculated risks often gave him an edge over his opponents. As the competitive Fortnite scene continued to evolve, Mongraal remained at the forefront. His performances during this era set a new standard for excellence in the game, inspiring countless players to push their skills to the limit. With each tournament win and highlight reel play, Mongraal further solidified his place in Fortnite history. Mongraal's reign at the top of Fortnite wasn't destined to last forever. Despite his incredible success, he soon found himself facing unexpected challenges that would test his resolve and ultimately lead to a surprising transformation. As the competitive landscape of Fortnite continued to evolve, Mongraal started to struggle with motivation and adapting to the game's constant changes. The once dominant player began to show signs of inconsistency in later FNC events. Even though he was still considered a top competitor, his results started to decline and he struggled to maintain his previous levels of success. One of the most significant setbacks came during an FNCS Grand Finals, where Mongraal and his team were the favorites to win. However, they ended up placing 10th due to the game's controversial mechanics. This disappointing result highlighted the unpredictable nature of competitive Fortnite and the challenges players faced in adapting to new gameplay elements. The struggles didn't end there. After winning an FNCS title, Mongraal found it increasingly difficult to replicate his success. In subsequent tournaments, he failed to make it past the qualifiers, a far cry from his earlier dominance. These setbacks took a toll on his confidence and motivation. As time went on, Mongraal began to reevaluate his relationship with competitive Fortnite. The game's evolving mechanics, which now required more strategic play and less reliance on pure mechanical skill, presented a new challenge. Adding to this, the diminishing prize pools, and Mongraal found himself at a crossroads. Eventually, Mongraal made the difficult decision to step back from competitive Fortnite. As one source put it, you have to remember at the end of Chapter 3, Mongraal had now been grinding the game almost every single day for over 4 years. The intense grind had taken its toll, and it was time for a change. During this time away from the game, Mongraal shifted his focus to personal growth and well-being. He began to prioritize his health and fitness, sharing his journey on social media. While many supporters were happy to see Mongraal growing up, many wonder if he'll ever return to the game. But Mongraal's competitive spirit didn't disappear entirely. He found success in other ventures, most notably in the Web3 game Dookie Dash. In a surprising turn of events, Mongraal topped the leaderboard and won a staggering $1.6 million by selling his key for 1,000 Ethereum. This achievement showed that his gaming skills could translate to success beyond Fortnite. Despite stepping back from competitive play, Mongraal never officially retired. He maintained a presence within the Fortnite community, participating in smaller tournaments and engaging in promotions for FaZe. This connection to the game that made him famous left the door open for a potential return, keeping fans and fellow competitors wondering about his future in Fortnite. As we have seen, Mongraal's journey was full of ups and downs, but his impact on competitive Fortnite is undeniable. Even after stepping back from the game, his legacy lived on. But just when everyone thought his Fortnite days were over, Mongraal surprised us all. During the OG Fortnite revival in Chapter 4, Mongraal made a comeback that got the whole community buzzing. He teamed up with Mr. Savage, and suddenly, all eyes were on competitive Fortnite again. The streams were pulling in massive numbers, reminding everyone of the excitement Mongraal brought to the game. At his absolute best, Mongraal was a force to be reckoned with. His aggressive playstyle, lightning fast builds, and clutch performances set him apart. He wasn't just good, he was one of the best. With multiple FNCS wins and that impressive World Cup showing, Mongraal's place in Fortnite history is secure.